Hello and welcome back to some more Genshin Impact. So, before I do anything else, I wanted to say a couple things. First of all, it has been a few days since I last recorded, and the reason why is because I got sick. And as a result of that, I'm still sick, by the way. It's, a little flu bug. But I decided that I'm feeling well enough to record right now, so they've added the last part of the Bantan Sango Case Files, the Warrior Dog quest, but they also added in this new story quest for a new character called Arataki Itto. So I'm going to probably be doing that as well in this. Originally, I wanted to go over to Yashiori Island to find that one side quest, but when I started getting sick, I just lost all motivation to do that. So that's going to probably be a little bit later on in the future. But for now, let's go ahead and... Ryuji's not in. Let's go ask Sango then. Let's talk to Sango here and get this quest finished, hopefully. You're here as expected. Ryuji is currently investigating Yashiori Island to follow up on my hunches. Let me mark the locations on your map. If you hurry, there will still be time to catch up with him. Why are we in such a hurry? Wasn't Ryuji going to meet us here and head out together with us? Because this investigation is fast approaching its end, of course. Hurry now, we're about to witness the truth come to light. Oh, now that you say it like that, Paimon's getting all excited too. Come on, Aether, let's go! Okay, then, over to, Yashiori Island. That's kind of funny, actually, mentioning it. Now I'm going to be heading over there, and I have no idea if I'll end up coming across that one quest after all along the way. If I do, I might actually just pick it up right then and there. I'm not seeing it on the mini-map, although there is a quest marker over there, but that shouldn't be related to the one quest. That's more likely a, not a quest marker, but a little flag thing. That should probably be related to a challenge pedestal thing. Sango said that this should be the place. Let's look around and see if we can find Ryuji. Okay. What's up with this sword? Touch the hilt of the sword. Okay. Obviously, I shouldn't have done that. Let's go all the way over here. Maybe if I grab this very fast. What's this about a shrine? It looks like an ordinary shrine. There is a distinct lack of any strange elemental traces. Investigate. This shrine seems to be in good condition, and appears to have been maintained quite carefully in recent days. The person who did this must be conscientious indeed. Otherwise, there are no traces of someone having been here. How strange. Seems like someone's been here before. Okay, let's summon the Electrogranum. Let's try touching the thing with this again. Aha! Oh wow, it worked.
Allow me.
May as well.
Sakura swirl.
Yeah. There we go.
This.
Well, he died fast.
I shall treasure
So
this
that's
good
how
fortune.
those work. Okay. I never really interacted with any of those before in the past, so I'm glad that I kind of found out how those work by accident. There he is. Come on, let's go meet him. Hello, Ryuji. What you doing? Ryuji, we're here. It's you two. Sango sent me here to do some preliminary investigations, saying that you would arrive shortly. Indeed you have. Well, she told us you'd be here. How's everything going? Huh? There's nothing here but a bunch of cages for small animals. Where are the people at? They just left. It's the treasure hoarders. Sango told me that they were planning to steal dogs and train them to become treasure hunting hounds. Like the weasel thieves? It would have been kind of mean to say that about Paimon. Exactly. The thing about weasels is that they're mischievous creatures that are hard to teach. As such, their training was a failure. This time, they were planning to try this again, but with the more loyal dogs. Previously, we also handled quite a few commissions regarding the treasure hoarders. Now that I think about it, Sango is right about that too. Just as people leave footprints behind, so too do organizations leave unique traces. Although there were other lost and imprisoned animals that came up throughout this process, the signs eventually pointed back to the treasure hoarders all the same. After consulting the previous methods we used to resolve these cases, I found my investigations leading me here. Still, to not leave a single guard behind, I must say that these perpetrators are just way too careless. That's real complacent of them, alright. Still, Paimon's sure that even you're tired after so many days of fighting, aren't you, Aether? Guess we can just snag the animals in secret. Yeah, that's what Paimon was just thinking. So, obviously this isn't going to go the way that they think it will. But... Huh? This dog isn't leaving. It looks like it's dead, Paimon. Is it ill? Okay, it's still breathing. These guys are back. Guess it's come down to a fight after all, huh? Yeah,
Time for takeoff. Here we go.
I can't read the rest of what they're saying, but it's fine.
On for real, guys. Hold the line.
Well, that went really fast. Woof. It's Blade Pup? No, it should be Hat Dog. Well, whatever the case, he seems to have no desire to attack us. Woof, woof. And he's gone. He's turning back to look at us every so often. Does he want us to follow? Let's catch up. Indeed, perhaps the truth really is ahead. Perhaps things are just as Sango predicted. Okay then. I knew that these dogs were actually our allies this whole time. Of course, at least that still didn't stop us from rescuing the animals from them, but we finally caught up. There's some kind of letter over here. Let's read it. It is the last clue we have, after all. Hehe, right. Let Paimon see. To whomsoever, something, ugh, it's all battered and stuff. It's probably to whomsoever should read this letter. I guess so. It goes on. Our clan's profession is the training of ninken, and to this end we have provided the ninja with a great many reliable companions. I fear that I am unlikely to return from this latest expedition of mine. I have no regrets, but if I were to still have worries, it would be for Kagero Maru. Oh, must be the dog. He was too weak when he was young, and so he was left out when the ninja came to make up contracts with their ninken. That mattered little to me. As a trainer, I refused to give up on a single dog. Day after day of training passed, and with each day, Kagero Maru grew stronger. Unfortunately, he has no wish to make a contract with any ninja. War has not broken out yet, but the police station's missives have become more urgent. I no longer have time to spend with them. It is time to go. I can only leave this letter behind. If anyone should find it in the days to come, please help me take care of Kageromaru. He has a scar on his face that he got when he was young, and he holds himself in a manner evidently different from other dogs. There we go. The way that sentence is worded, I think they meant to say he rather than we. So, the Kageromaru this letter speaks of is this fellow who brought us here, I guess. He really is very unique. Hang on, there's more stuff here. I understand that this is a presumptuous request, but I do not have any other choice. Also, should he wish to make a contract in the future and can bring the one he wishes to follow to this place, then the method to make a contract is as follows. Wait, seriously? The writer canceled the most important bit out. Probably thought this was impossible. That is true. There was no evidence that would indicate otherwise from the beginning, after all. Woof woof. It ran off again, and into the building this time too. Come on, Aether, after it. Okay, am I actually entering the building? Dilapidated old house. Is this actually like a dungeon? This small house, while ostensibly run down, conceals a whole other realm inside. Oh my goodness. Okay then. You know, I'll go with this team. I hope I don't regret that. I mean, usually not having Zhongli is kind of, dangerous, but anyways, this should be interesting. It's attacking us, Aether. You've got to calm it down somehow. Okay.
Take flight.
Well, I'm assuming that I can just kind of keep it frozen, probably. Oh. Yeah, well, what's her name? Water seems to track you down pretty well. Yeah, this guy isn't as hard as the other ones were. The other ones were a lot more difficult.
Allow me.
Although I only ever barely fought them. I didn't bother to stay around long enough to actually properly defeat any of them.
Whirling snow.
Ah. Hopefully he doesn't get out of that. Okay, good. Now I have to talk to Ryuji? Where is he? Oh, never mind. There he is. Well, that's that done. Still, that was strange. Kageromaru seemed so friendly at first, and then before we knew it, we were in a fight. Thank goodness for Aether, huh? Actually, why is Kageromaru following you around, Aether? Woof woof. This barking sounds happier somehow? How can you tell? Paimon didn't get it at all. Unless I miss my guess, Kageromaru is now Aether's Ninken. Eh? Huh? I had a feeling that something like this might happen, but I still think it's funny. I wonder if he's gonna, be able to follow you around or something, but not really do anything. Well, I'm no expert on Ninken contracts. However, they do say that a ninja must must defeat a Ninken to receive its acknowledgement, okay? Ninja desire strong companions, and so too do Ninken. Only through mutual recognition can such contracts be established. It certainly seems to be the case here, too. But Aether isn't a ninja, and also, Something the matter, Paimon? Promise Paimon something, Aether. What's that? You've got to promise first. Sure, I promise. Even if you're now contracted to Kagero Maru, never forget that Paimon's your bestest companion ever. I promise never to forget that Paimon is my bestest companion ever. Yay! I mean, I'd call you more reliable than a cat or a dog. I think that those are supposed to be part of the same sentence. I'll say the top one, though. Uh-huh. We're the best of friends. Ahem. It's nice to see that the two of you get along and all. But back to the topic at hand. If Kagero Maru really is so strong, then why did the person from before leave a letter asking someone to take care of him? Oh, Paimon knows this one. You see, Ryuji, Aether is super strong, right? Far beyond the norm, for sure. Right, but see, if someday Paimon had to leave Aether, Paimon would still be really worried. It's got nothing to do with whether Aether is strong or not. Pfft, but that'll never happen. Paimon's just making an analogy and stuff, you know. We won't split up. No way. Paimon. I wonder if that's supposed to be foreshadowing. Your reasoning makes a lot of sense, Paimon. In which case, we're left with one final question. Why did this dog steal small animals from the villagers and then protect them? Oh, actually, that one's a toughie, even for Paimon. It's a real shame that Kagero Maru can't speak either. Otherwise, we could just get Aether to ask him. I suggest we look for Sango instead. Oh, that's right. Time for the brains of this operation to show her stuff, eh? Agreed. Allow me to return these animals first. And we shall meet up at the agency later. Okay then. So, is there anything... Oh, I can't go beyond that point, huh? So I guess there's nothing else in this room. I'm supposed to go back over to where Sango is, but let me do this very fast. Oh, I can claim some more of those. That's good. What's going on here? Very fast. Event details. Oh, I can, You know what's funny? I think I accidentally got all 3 of those. Yeah, I got everything done with as far as those are concerned by accident. Anyways, let's leave the domain. So once I go talk to Sango, then I'm completely done with this timed event. Drop right down. Hello, Sango. We're back, Sango. Here's what happened. Ryuji tells Sango what happened. Ah, so that's the case. I think I've got a pretty good idea why Kagero Maru was protecting the little animals. He must have been trying to make the other animals stronger. He must have been weak when he was little, only to become strong over time. It thus stands to reason that he wanted to help make the other animals stronger through training. But eventually, Kagero Maru found you, someone willing to protect the weak, and has thus acknowledged you as his master. This is also born from a sympathy for the weak. Well, that's what my deductions from the clues we currently have would say anyway. As for the actual circumstances, I doubt I'm particularly far off, but since Kagero Maru can't speak, we won't get a firm answer either. Huh. That really makes sense, as expected of the brains of this operation, eh? Woof, woof, woof. Hehe, you're agreeing with Sango, aren't you? Haha, thanks for the flattery. But that's not going to net you any discounts if you ever send me a commission. Still, I guess we can consider this case closed. Many thanks to the two of you, of course. Ah, yes, I almost forgot. How did you find using the Ubiquity net? It was pretty handy, I guess, when it actually worked. Alright, noted. I'll send your feedback to my friend. Thanks. No problem. Feel free to come to us if you ever have any problems. Aether will be on the case in no time. You're indeed very skilled, traveler. But there's no need for these pleasantries. Sentimentality is the enemy of truth, after all.
Please.
Okay. So, I'm assuming, yeah, I do have him as a companion, but only for the...
Welcome to Bantan.
Is it only for the Serenity Pot? If it's only for the Serenity Pot, then that kind of sucks. What if I wanted a little dog following me around everywhere? Let me see. It's not amongst all this, is it? Yeah, it is. Huh. Okay. Well, I'll worry about that later, I guess. So let's read this very fast. Okay, Arataki Itto's story quest. The Oni race has a diverse character in Inazuma. Sometimes valiant, sometimes proud, sometimes eccentric, sometimes wicked. These countless interpretations of who they are have left strong symbolic impressions behind, but have also caused their distinctive humanity to recede into the backdrop. Whoops. Which side of the Oni will you witness as you search for the Oni who dwells among humans? Okay, let's view, and let's go ahead and unlock. And I'm going to claim that so I get another key. There we go. Return to the quest screen for that. So let's go ahead. The Oni's evil. Talk to Catherine in Inazuma City. Inazuma City's Catherine would like you to help conduct an emergency investigation. Okay.
Please speak to President Sango. I'm just a helper.
So let's go over there, and I wonder if it's... Oh, I thought that a cutscene was going to occur for a second there. Okay. Oh, this is interesting.
Hi, Catherine. It's us. Was there something we could help with?
Yes. I'm afraid that I have another task that requires your assistance. The Adventurers Guild has recently received a commission directly from the Tenryou Commission. The assignment is both urgent and dangerous. After assessing the assignment, the Guild has concluded that seasoned adventurers are required. Naturally, you came to mind.
Just another day on the job for us.
Dangerous, you say?
Allow me to explain. The Tenryou Commission recently issued an arrest warrant for a young Oni by the name of Arataki Itto.
An Oni? You mean those big, tough-looking guys with horns on their heads?
That's correct. This particular Oni is quite vocal and audacious, so he already has quite the reputation on the streets. That said, he has never been caught up in major trouble of any kind. So it came as a surprise to learn that he has recently been accused of stealing things, and sometimes even whisking away the people themselves. But it doesn't end there. When the Tenryou Commission dispatched a Doshin to apprehend him, he assaulted the Doshin before making a getaway with his accomplices.
Sounds like a real ruffian.
So let Paimon guess. It's up to us to bring this Oni in. No problemo. This does sound like a job for the Traveler. He'll be back with that Oni in no time.
I have complete confidence you will succeed. However, please exercise caution. This Oni also happens to hold a vision, and is the leader of an organization known as the Arataki Gang.
He has a gang, but I have Paimon.
On second thought, Paimon will leave the fighting to you. The last place Paimon wants to be is in a gang fight.
We are still investigating Arataki Itto's potential motives behind these incidents, as well as his current whereabouts. But please ask around in the streets as well. There will likely be others more familiar with Itto's circumstances than I am, who can provide you with useful information.
Okay, we'll go ask around.
Thank you. I will await your return. Ad Astra Abyssosque.
Okay then. So,
Let's start asking around on the streets. Hopefully we'll learn a little more about this Arataki Itto guy and figure out where he might
Okay, let's start off with this guy. Furia Nobo...
Arataki Itto? Yeah, I've heard of the guy. Word is, he did something monumentally stupid, then ran off before they could catch him. And to be completely honest, I was a little surprised when I first heard it. Okay, well, I mean, not that surprised.
Wait, you mean he already had a bad reputation?
No, not exactly. He's just very overbearing in everything he does. Big and brash and always making a ruckus. So, on the one hand, he's a larger-than-life kind of guy. But on the other hand, he's emotionally volatile. When he's in a good mood, he's as high as a kite. But when he gets upset, he gets completely enraged. I don't personally see him as a bad guy, but I guess I wouldn't put it past him to get all riled up and lose control.
What is he usually up to?
You know, I'm afraid that I'm not too sure myself. I keep a pretty good eye on what's happening in the city, and as far as I can tell, he just idles the days away. When someone asks for it, he's willing to lend a helping hand, but other than that, he's just out making a scene with the kids on the street or his gang. If I had to guess, his lack of income finally drove him to do something more drastic to make ends meet.
Is it just Paimon, or is this Itto fellow starting to sound pretty weird?
I'm afraid that I don't have much else to tell you. He tends to spend his time with people a little more lively than myself. Perhaps you could try asking around some more.
Okay, thanks.
Huh. Okay, let's go over to the next person. Wait a second. Oh, it's Ogura Mio.
Arataki Itto? Oh yeah. I heard about that whole thing. I'm sure it must have been a mix-up on the Tenryou Commission's end. He could never do anything so dastardly.
Huh? How can you be so sure? Is he really as trustworthy as all that?
No, perhaps you misunderstand me. When I said he could never do anything dastardly, I meant he literally doesn't have what it takes.
You mean he's not smart enough?
Maybe a story will explain it better. So, he used to spend a lot of time playing rock, paper, scissors and hide and seek with the kids on the streets. Kids, being kids, aren't exactly the most difficult to outsmart. I'm sure you can see what I'm getting at here. He used to lose all the time, sometimes catastrophically.
On purpose, though, right?
No, not at all. The one time I saw him win, he started jumping around and yelling, "I won! I finally won! I'm unbeatable!" And so on. Then he took the kid's candy as his prize and ate it right there in front of him.
Ugh, that's just plain wrong.
He did take it way too far that time. The poor kid started crying, so I stepped in and gave Itto a scolding. He was pretty quick to admit that he was fully in the wrong, and it wasn't long before the kid had stopped crying and was laughing and playing again as if nothing had ever happened. In fact, the children quite like playing with him because he's always serious about the stakes and never throws a game on purpose. So, I suppose what I'm trying to say is a guy who can't even beat kids at a children's game really gonna be capable of these kinds of diabolical deeds?
I think I understand your point now.
Huh. He doesn't sound like a bad guy at all. In fact, he kind of sounds like a man of integrity.
Okay.
Yes, my thoughts exactly. Still, the Tenryou Commission's evidence against him is supposed to be irrefutable. So, I'm not trying to condone his actions or anything. If he really has messed up big time, then he should face the consequences just like anyone else.
Thanks for the info. We'll keep asking around.
I don't know if there's a misunderstanding going on here or what. Oh, it's Louis. I can't pronounce that name right now with my throat
Arataki
being the way it
Itto.
is.
Of course I know him. We've been trying to apprehend him recently. We know he's already left Inazuma City, but with no clues to follow, we have no choice but to commission others for help, including the Adventurers Guild.
Catherine says that Arataki Itto hasn't done anything seriously bad before, so it seems pretty strange. Paimon's curious. Is there any evidence of all this stuff he's accused of?
Yes, of course. Otherwise, we'd never have put so many people on the case. For starters, most thieves will try to devise a way to conceal their identity, but for an Oni, the horns are a dead giveaway. I mean, the whole city could have recognized it was him.
How do you know it wasn't a different Oni?
At first, he was just one of our suspects, but when we went to investigate, he personally confessed to everything and started trying to provoke the officers. What's most frustrating is that he then managed to escape along with his entire gang. He must have been planning the whole thing right from the start.
Did he have a motive?
Of course he did. Whether material or psychological, there is plenty of evidence either way. He's never had a Mora to his name his entire life, and he's never kept down a real job. Word is that he also takes care of someone in his gang, and that the burden of it takes quite the toll on him. After scrounging for a living all these years, maybe he thought that being the bad guy would be an easier ride. As for his psychological motives, it's a bit embarrassing to talk about, but we confiscated his vision during the Vision Hunt Decree.
So he was exacting revenge on the Tenryou Commission.
At the time, Arataki Itto put up quite a fight. It took a huge amount of manpower and resources, and in the end we had to enlist the help of Kujo Sara to finally secure his vision. The Vision Hunt was a mistake, but we never expected that he would go to such extreme lengths to take revenge on us.
He does sound a little unstable, just like people have been saying.
Let me see. The motives seem valid enough.
If the two of you are able to capture Arataki Itto, please bring him straight here. We'll handle him from there.
Thanks for all the info.
I'm not sure if I am really willing to do that, though.
Too bad we still don't know where he could have run off to. We already got word on the street, so maybe it's time to talk to a real specialist. Paimon remembers that there's a detective agency here in Inazuma. Maybe we can try asking there.
Now we're going over to talk to Sango. That's funny. Okay. Yeah, something tells me there's a little bit more to this story than meets the eye. I mean, obviously there has to be, but it could be that he accidentally confessed to something.
Hello, we'd like to ask some questions about Arataki Itto.
It could be that he confessed, but he thought he was confessing to one thing, and they took it as him confessing to the thing that they were accusing him of. But who knows?
Oh, him again. Sure, I have answers. We've already done some investigating for the Tenryou Commission. But first, do you have enough Moro to cover the fee? I've heard all about your travels. After everything you've been through, I'm sure you understand the way these sorts of things work.
How much more are we talking about here?
A one-off payment of 397,000 Mora, up front. Plus a further 5% of your Adventurers Guild remuneration as my commission, if Arataki Itto is successfully caught and brought to justice.
Whoa! That's crazy expensive! How did you even come up with the price that high?
Hold on. I wasn't finished. It just so happens the initial fee has already been paid in full by the Tenryou Commission. All you'll need to pay is the small commission fee. And, as for that amount, I'll settle things with the Adventurers Guild once we have Itto. So, from the way I see it, you guys are getting a pretty nice deal. Now then, to give you the full picture in this case, we must first recount a well-known Inazuman fairy tale.
Oh, a cutscene.
A long, long time ago, in a village lost to time, there lived a Crimson Oni and a Blue Oni. They were the best of friends. The Crimson Oni looked fierce, but was gentle like the humans. The Blue Oni looked human, but was reclusive, like an Oni. The Crimson Oni wished to befriend the humans, but they were scared and threw beans at him whenever he came near. So the Blue Oni said to the Crimson Oni,
Akka, I'll cause trouble in the village. You come and stop me. Then the humans will accept you.
As planned, the Crimson Oni chased the Blue Oni away. The Crimson Oni's deeds spread throughout the land, and people finally accepted him. But when the Crimson Oni went to tell the Blue Oni the good news, he was gone and left only a letter behind.
I went traveling. Don't come find me or they'll treat you as a naughty little Oni. But don't worry about me. No matter where I go, we'll always be friends.
Okay.
That's it? What about the little Blue Oni? Whatever happened to him?
I suppose the Blue Oni simply disappeared, never to be seen again. Only the Crimson Oni remain now.
But the Blue Oni was just an innocent little kid.
Does this story have anything to do with the situation at hand?
Of course it does. Otherwise, I wouldn't go through all the trouble of telling it. One interpretation is that the story is actually broadly based on historical events and that Arataki Itto is, in fact, a descendant of the Crimson Oni. What I'm trying to tell you is that the Oni have sacrificed a lot in the past in order to finally integrate themselves into human society. But there are still some volatile personality traits in the Oni bloodline. Every generation of Oni inherits these traits. So while Arataki Itto has never been known to commit a wrongful act in the past, can we ever completely rule out the possibility of him one day allowing this side of him to take over?
But how could he do that? After the Blue Oni's sacrifice? That would be such a betrayal.
That's a very old story. Nobody knows how long it's been since the Blue Oni disappeared. We can only assume that they have long since died out, in which case, it would be quite a stretch to say it still counts as a betrayal at this point. Besides, the suspect has already confessed. What is there left to discuss? According to my investigation, he was headed southwest. I would bet he's already made it to Yashiori Island by now.
Yashiori Island again?
The Tenryou Commission is unable to enter territory controlled by Sangonomiya troops. No doubt that's the reason Arataki Itto chose to flee in that direction.
I understand. Thanks for all the information.
Don't mention it. I'm just doing my duty.
Wait, Paimon still has a question. If Arataki Itto has given in to his bad side, won't that mean he's extra mean and violent now?
I could only assume so. Judging from his previous bouts, he is a skilled fighter with a lot of brute strength. Whether or not you'll be able to handle him, that I do not know.
Okay, but what's up with people throwing beans at Oni? What use is that?
Ah, yes. Now that you mention it, I seem to recall that Arataki Itto is allergic to beans. In fact, all Oni will avoid beans, but especially Itto. I heard that just touching a bean is enough to incapacitate him.
Okay.
If you could weaken him a bit by triggering his allergies, perhaps you'd have better luck subduing him.
Seems a bit unfair to me.
It's fine. He's the bad guy, remember?
Or so we're being led to believe.
It just so happens that I have a bag of beans right here. I was planning to use them to make some porridge, but I think you will find a better use for them. Of course, I will charge the Adventurers Guild a fair and reasonable rate for the beans.
Sneaky. But also, thanks. Let's head to Yashiori Island and start looking for Itto.
I'll be doing that in the next video. But for now, this is gonna be...
Please speak to
I'm
President
gonna
Sango.
start making
I'm just a
some wishes here.
Bantan Sango Detective Agency. What will you have?
So I can make a total of 10 wishes. And I'll just make all 10 of them at once. Okay. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Well, that's how it usually goes. Obviously, Arataki Itto is the new banner character here. And then there's 2 more wishes I can make with this. Oh, wow. Although, I don't think that I needed another copy
I
of
only wish
him.
life could be as leisurely as this.
So let me see. Very fast. Yeah, I already had all of his constellations done. And I already had all of her constellations done as well. So
A little more often.
that kind of was wasting those Prima gems that time. It's fine. So what is the last thing I want to do? Before I stop, I want to go over to the Grand Narukami Shrine, interact with the tree there. I don't know if I have enough Electro Signals. It's getting a little bit more difficult for me to talk right now because my throat's all messed up. Oh darn. Oh well. Anyway, so yeah, the next time I play, I'm going to be continuing this quest. As far as I understand, there's also going to be a new timed event that's going to be starting up soon as well. So I might be doing some of that, like, off and on between Arataki Itto's character quest and, you know, whatever timed event it is. This is obviously all completely finished. Yeah. So that's good. I'm surprised they haven't taken this down yet, but I guess they want to give people enough time to get all the stuff from the event shop for it. So, anyways, yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.